was a little issue with the website, and there's actually still shirts available.
There's a few shirts if you just want it ready. This is what you can do. You can open up your computer and
you can even do it on your phone, Will.
You can type up like this.
Hellosport.shop.
This is it.
Hellosport.shop. And there's a few shirts left, clearance sale, it's owed.
And then you tick on the shirt. And then you add it to the basket.
Just tick once because there's only one shirt. Just tick it once.
Only click once. And then add it to the basket. And then this is the basket rolling its way across into the aisles.
Basket's farting.
And then this is you. What you do to the povo people that can't afford the shirt.
This cunt.
Because they can't afford a t-shirt that costs $35.
30.
Holy shit, that's even more embarrassing.
I think the embarrassing thing might be they can afford it, they just don't want it. I think that's the embarrassing thing on us.
We are also coming out with AFL singlets that you can wear to the games.
That struck a few people the wrong way.
Yeah, well, hey, welcome to the pod. I'm not going to whisper the whole time, but I felt in my ears, it felt really nice, the whispering.
I feel like people are going to hate it.
Good.
Okay, fair enough.
And you know what? People have come in hot for Pat Clifton and his decision to finance a car.
Hey,
Before
mate.
Pat gets into it, I've got two things to say. Firstly, a lot of people are very smart. And it seems like these you wouldn't in here giving this financial advice are very smart people. And to that I say, not only congratulations on being smart, but thank you for taking the time to, look out for someone like Pat, to look out for Pat before he makes a big decision. And you guys are doing great things. Second thing, and I can tell you this right now, it's completely pointless because as someone in the chat said, you die with debt or without debt.
I was literally pulling up it to say this. Where is it? Where the fuck was the comment, bro? I was laughing my head off at it.
Yeah.
Or just do it. You're going to die in debt or not in debt. Enjoy the new car. Charlie Noakes. Funny cunt, bro.
Hey.
I dead set. I had a comment typed out, read about that shit makes me horny, bro. And then I was distracted. I didn't hit send. But that shit gets me horny. Fuck it, bro. You know what I mean? But also, I appreciate people's concerns and things, but though I'm not just jumping straight in. Don't worry, mate. I got it covered. You know what I mean?
And also, it's fine. Like, so many people are like, oh, Will, don't do this really big, dumb purchase. Oh, because it's a bad idea. Oh, no. I don't think you realize. I know it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm still going to do it.
Oh, I don't make decisions. This is the thing. And Pat's a little bit better at it than I am, but I don't make decisions based on, is this good for me or not? I make decisions on, do I want to do this, yes or no?
Yes.
And if the answer is yes, then I'm going to fucking do it regardless.
100%. And I'm going to
That's how anyone should live their life.
Did it stem off something silly as regards to just a flat battery? Yeah, it did. Cannot my mind be changed once it's set? No, it can't. And that's fine. That's fine, and that's what's happening. And listen, I'm not just going balls deep and just fucking buying it. But I've, without any thought about it or without any financial advice from people a lot smarter than me who get paid for this stuff. So, yeah, I'm fine.
Look, I saw this morning routine from this guy, Major Soups or something like that, and he's this big hulking dude. And he wakes up at 3 a.m. and he washes his face with ice. And then he
does he dunk it in the water? Does he dunk it in a bowl?
Yeah, in the water. And look, I'm looking at that bloke, and my first thought was far out. What a waste. Why put so much care and why? What is the point of putting all this care and stuff in when you're probably gonna die? Maybe 10 to 15 years. Maybe you get an extra 10 to 15 years more than the other person, right? That was my first thought. And then I thought about it more, and I went, you know what? This is what makes this bloke happy, is him taking such good care of himself, and he feels so good. So go for gold, brah. You know what I mean?
But
it's just...
I would argue he does that stuff for in the moment rather than longer longevity.
Well, that's what I mean. Regardless how it makes him feel, all that sort of stuff. If he's loving it, go for gold, brah.
Yeah,
but you can
see do what you
people,
want, lad.
Those people that are I'm dieting because I want to... whatever. If you're not happy with the way you look, let's say, and you want to diet or do something go for gold, right?
Yeah.
But there are some times where I was like I went to the gym yesterday, right? I rock up to the gym and I do like one exercise and then I looked at myself in the mirror and I went, I'm happy with how I look right now. I don't want to be here. I've got no goal in mind. And I went, I'm just going to jump in the pool.
Look at Earth, bro.
And then I'm going to eat some chippies upstairs.
Let's go. You know, I'm going to do a fucking 1 month sold out fucking
and then I'm
shows in Melbourne.
Yeah, so I was like, why the fuck am I in the gym if I'm already happy with how I... Like, what societal pressures am I under? Do I want to look better? Sure, I'd love to look better, but I'm not going to sacrifice my life and my happiness
worth it for you at the moment.
Slightly better, lad. Who cares? Who actually gives
an
F?
Bro. Let's
now,
go.
Look, did I film a TikTok where I looked really, really ugly and I thought it was a funny video, but I won't post it? Yes. And that's maybe a little bit different because that's out in the public. But you know what? Regardless... Okay, can I say this to the you wouldn'ters that have come to my shows? Thank you so much. I'm thinking because I've upgraded my venue and I've added
what's the go with that?
show.
You just didn't like the venue?
No. So what happens is I've sold so well that we've upgraded. We've tripled the size of it so that I can fit more people in. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to talk to my manager.
And then Will's going to buy a car.
Fucking oath I'm going to buy a car straight off the lot, mate. And it's going to depreciate in value as soon as my gay ass sits in the thing.
As soon as my fucking ass leaks.
As soon as my hand goes on that steering wheel, it loses about 40 fucking grand worth of interest.
And hey, look at me. Do my fucks change?
Fuck no.
You know what I mean? That's the yard about cars where it's like fucking, it depreciates so much. It's like, sweet, let it depreciate because guess what? By the time I want another car, I'll just get it. Hey, if I want another car, I'll buy my fucking car. If it depreciates, car, and then I'll get a new one.
But also,
fucks I give.
What fucking dumb fuck is out there buying a car and then going, and when I sell it, I want to get the same amount of money back that when I bought. You're a fucking waste of space, you cunt.
Listen, you don't buy a car as investment. You know what I mean?
You buy a car because you love the
car.
You buy a car
because I want to fucking drive to and from the Central Coast every fucking week.
100%. Yeah, you buy the car because you love the car, or you buy the car because I need to go to A to B. But no one goes, I'm going to buy a car, use it for 5 years, and then I'm going to make back 2. No.
No, car. I'm going to fucking... The cars... I get it. Once I put my money down, the money's gone. I get it. Am I still going to do it? Fucking oath.
But you wouldn't. I'm going to talk to my management. Where they're coming from. Yeah. And I think what I'm going to do is organise a little discount for you wouldn't, because especially if you've come to the Melbourne show, I'm not going to be getting you to pay full price. Come full price to you wouldn't show, come full price to Will Gibbs show, you know. People fucking work and they save up their money. So I'm going to try and get a tasty little discount so that if you were sitting on the fence...
What are we talking? Give me percentages.
You know, maybe like it's a 30... I think it's like a $35 ticket. We might, try bump it down to something around that 25 mark.
Wow, that's about 30% off.
Yeah. We'll try get that 25 to 30% off for the you wouldn'ters.
Beautiful. And I'll make up the code
if you share it to any of your friends.
No. That'd shit me.
Then there's a real issue.
Yeah, that would shit me. You got to come with proof. Come with receipts.
Speaking of this run, I did the worst show of my life ever.
When?
2 days ago.
Sorry,
and I want everyone
Lou's just slamming doors. Sorry about that, guys. Lou's just walked in and he's just slamming doors left, right, and centre.
Put her on the mic.
Yeah, no, that's sorry, guys.
Get her on
but she promised to come on the podcast at another
Get her
date,
on the pod and have her say it into the mic right now, I promise.
Nah, she's left. She's done a runner.
She's gone.
Yeah, she's fucked off. Slammed the door and left.
Let me say this, and it's coming out then, it's coming out big.
Hang on a second. What are we talking about here?
If she's coming to Melbourne, why don't I just get a studio and we record in one room together?
It'd be so much easier just to do it in the studio. Yeah.
Yeah, so much easier.
So much easier.
Okay, here's the vibe, yeah? Everyone? Yeah. I'm backstage.
Sorry, I don't know if it's my mind's all over the place or if we've been all over the place. What are we talking about now?
My bad show.
Yes. Okay.
Worst show I've ever done.
Yeah.
Melbourne, how we doing? We good? Nothing. So I went, okay. Come on, Melbourne. How we doing? We good? Woo.
Kyle on the live editing. Let's
couple
go.
Crickets.
That's live right there.
Crickets. And then I
Crickets would give a bit of fucking atmosphere.
Please welcome to the stage, Will Gibb.
Not surely at least like a...
No. I walk out to full nothing.
No.
And I'm looking out there and my biggest laugh, right? The jokes that get the biggest laughs, we're getting these. Couple giggles. And I was on stage for 4 minutes and I was like, how do I get out of here?
That's why I could never do it. One, I don't think I would have the talent. But two, if anything like that ever happened to me, I'd dead set be like, fuck is all, and I'd just walk off.
Oh, no, I was battling my ego so hard because obviously I've done this show so many times. It's crushed.
You know it's
so
funny.
Times.
You know
it's
funny. Yeah.
so good. And I just want to be like, this. Hey, just so you guys know, you're a bunch of dead shits. You're stupid. You're lucky to be in this fucking room watching greatness unfold in front of your fucking pathetic eyes that can't even fucking fathom what the fuck I'm doing.
Who can't comprehend my jokes.
I hope everyone knows I'm taking the piss right now.
Well, if they were the jokes you were telling on the night, mate, no wonder no one was laughing.
But then I went straight. You look like you've got something. You want to say something?
Me, no.
Oh, my story's continuing. If that's all right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were like going to your phone because you were like had something on your mind and you were typing it.
No. I'm just putting it on Do Not Disturb because Shep just called me.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
So I rock up to the Malthouse Theatre, which is like a 500-seater in Melbourne, and I'm doing Auntie Donna's most upsetting guessing game. Okay. And for those that don't know what that is, it's basically a big improv show. And for those that don't know,
which you crush at improv.
Well, here's the thing. For those that also don't know what that is, neither did I for a huge part of it. So I rocked up to the venue. I was on in 20 minutes, right? So me, Auntie Donna, everyone, we're all fucking backstage. People are filing in, 500 people. We're upstairs. And they're so nice. I've idolized Auntie Donna for so fucking long. Like since I was in like year 10, like they were like my fucking idols. And they still are. So I'm looking up to these people and I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. And they were all coming up to me and they were like, hey, like, you're going to kill it.
How many are in Auntie Donna? I know Broden.
3. Broden, okay. Mark and Zach.
Yeah, cool.
And they were like, dude, you're going to kill it, yeah? You're going to absolutely kill it. And I was like, thank you so much. I was like, I'm really nervous. And they're like, don't be nervous. It's so easy. But the whole time I was like, but what am I doing? Like, I think I'd seen the show like once. So there were so many moments where, and then like, do I just, and Broden's like, bro, trust me, you got it. You've got this. And I was like, yeah, no, I know. It's just like, and then I guess
I don't know what I've got.
We're literally like about to get introduced and I'm like, so I'm like at a party, or he's like, yep, you're at a party, and then da-da-da. So the way it works, it's so funny. So we all come out on stage and there's a guesser who was Zach.
Yeah.
And then me and Broden and this other girl, Lena, are party guests. And Zach puts music on and he can't hear us, and we have to give each other like characteristics, but they have to be super, super specific characteristics. So it'll be like, my characteristics were like, Will, you're in a sauna and it's super hot, and everyone talking is really annoying to you, and you've missed out on Woolies chickens at South Bank Woolies. And you're convinced that this particular song is about your life, but you think it's from this other band and your name's Darren, but your name's not actually Darren, but you think your name's Darren. So it's all this fucking confusing shit. And then you have to try and... Yeah, it's so confusing. And then it's all typed out or whatever. And then you have to like do that thing until Zach like guesses it, basically.
Right. And so how long is this? Is that the whole show, or they do different segments? Yeah,
it goes for an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's insane. It was crazy. But it was really fun. The audience was really generous.
And did you do good?
Yeah, it was fun. It was crazy. I was just like, what the fuck am I doing the whole time? But that was like the point. That's obviously the point.
Yeah, right. So you're kind of meant to be, what the fuck am I doing?
It was so cute. It'd be like this. It'd be like if Kyle doesn't know anything and I'd have to go, all right, Pat, you are an AFL player, but you're so scared of an AFL ball. And whenever you use a pronoun, you have to scream as loud as you can your lyrics to Zach Bryan. But you think Zach Bryan is actually Taylor Swift.
And then Zach has to guess that exact thing?
Yeah.
God, Zach's got a fucking hard job.
Yeah, Zach's got the hardest job ever.
And what, Zach just sits there or?
We're doing like scenes. So I walk in and I'll be like, all right, everyone shut up because I'm in the sauna and I'm annoyed. So I'm like, can everyone please be quiet? And then Zach's like, okay, you're annoyed. And everyone's like, ding. And then like you get like a bell like for when he's on the right track. So he gets bits of it like, yeah.
I like that. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking fun. That's Shay. It was a good end to a shit start of the night then.
Mate, worst night. Sorry. Great end to the worst show ever.
And what do you think it was? Was the crowd older? Like, what was it?
No, the crowd was all dispersed. The crowd, I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. They just seemed nervous.
Yeah, right.
And I had to say this so many times. You know you guys can laugh.
Oh, did you say that?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 times.
And what did they say?
They said nothing. And then I was like, guys, don't be so nervous. I was like, I feel you're really uptight. I was like, let's breathe in. They didn't do it. And I was like, also, just so you know, if I ask you guys a question, you know you can do things. I was like, you're not held hostage. This isn't a movie cinema.
Oh, crowd work would have been a cut. That was, I think, Lou again, absolutely ripping the door off the hinges.
What?
Ripping the door off
What's
the
she
fucking
doing?
She's just causing havoc. She's causing... You can defend yourself.
I did that on purpose for a gag, for a laugh.
So wait, hang on, get back here. Get back here, please.
Okay.
This is your welcome. What do you say? Like, welcome to the pod.
Hang on, let me get in here properly. I'm just gonna tits. Not much there, but yeah. Hi. So when am I coming on properly? Will, Pat.
Well,
hang on, I've lost
I'm in
you.
Melbourne right now. Hello.
Oh, this is in shambles.
Hang on, there we go.
Back?
Yeah. Hold it right there. Yeah.
You good?
I'm in Melbourne right now. Didn't you move here?
Ah, I did. What suburb are you in?
I'm currently in Docklands near the Costco.
Would never clue where that is. Like, as if I was going to know. I've been there for like a month and a half.
It's a cool place.
It is. Hey, I should come to one of your gigs.
Oh, I'd love that so much.
Slide into my DMs.
I'll
Nothing
send you
inappropriate.
No, I'm going to send you
Will's
a
renowned for doing
huge...
very inappropriate DMs.
I'm going to send you a massive... just a photo of my schlong and I'll be like, show this at the door and you can come in.
Please don't be sending that my way. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll come to one of the things and then I'll come on this pod properly.
Done.
Sorry,
I'll send you 2 tickets.
Personal space. I'm like this. I'll come on the pod. Anyway, I'm going to leave now. Love you guys.
Bye.
Illies. Yeah, done. Locked in, confirmed. Lou's on the pod, guys. And we're going to do a general knowledge quiz. That's locked fucking in. Pat versus Lou in a general knowledge quiz.
And it sucks because I wish Pat came to Melbourne, but he won't, and that's fine. We've missed the boat.
Well, it's just that because off the back of the tour, it was such like a... I was just exhausted off the back of the tour and I just wanted to sit and settle, and now I've been kind of just seeing my friends because I'm moving in 2 weeks.
I didn't want you to come that first weekend. I wanted to go by myself. I was like, out of that tour thing, I was like, fuck, I don't want to be traveling again with someone. And then now you're moving and it just makes no sense what you'd come to Melbourne for. Well, now I can't...
I didn't realise how...
all encumbering.
Oh, fuck, we're moving. Like, today we were packing all day, putting shit out for council cleanups. You know what I mean? Because whenever I've moved in the past, I've just been moving my bedroom, you know what I mean? Into, like, fucking houses with the boys. But this is, like, we're moving Tiana's whole fucking house. And my shit, too. Like, we're moving fucking houses here. We're moving fucking mountains here.
Oh, and if anyone wants to go and text status Paul, just check Michaela's story.
If anyone wants to text, if you want to text Anna Paul, check Veruca's salt story.
Shut up.
Bro, it's going nuts.
No, that's bullshit.
No, I swear to God.
Veruca salt on Insta?
Yeah, I don't know. Tiana told me. I don't actually, I'm not, yeah. But apparently it got leaked. They're just going nuts, bro. They're going gangbusters.
No way did she put it on.
I think they're all fucking... I think it's all nuts, to be honest. The whole thing's just a crazy fucking... Like, it's encapsulating my TikTok, and I'm not about it. I don't give a fuck.
Wait, what? Sorry, what's she done? She's shared Anna Paul's
number, apparently. Because remember, like, so about a year ago, Veruca Salt came... Oh, fuck, I hate that I'm even getting into this shit, bro. But about a year ago, Veruca Salt came out and said Anna Paul fucking doesn't give a fuck about her dad and all this shit, and her dad's homeless. And then no one really believed her and it got swept under the rug. And now all this shit's come out and Veruca's like, fuck you, cunts. Like, I've told you this shit from yonks ago. And now she's just like doubling down.
You know what? Doxing a phone number is just the most fuck thing you can do.
Me and Will were laughing last night. We're on the phone and we were like, so they've put out these crazy accusations about each other, right? Like, it's just been going back and fucking forth. And we're laughing at the idea of them being like, look, I mean everything I said, but I'm sorry about doxing your number, bro. Yeah. I think we've both drawn the line out. We shouldn't have doxed each other's numbers, eh?
No, the funniest text, the one that made me laugh the most because it's so completely tone deaf, is like Michaela shared all the texts that she was getting, and one of the text messages you could see at the bottom was like, "Hi Michaela, just wanted to say I think it's really brave that you came forward with your story, and like I just think you're really brave, and like congratulations, and I'm such a big fan." And it's like, shut up!
Yeah, it's like, I don't want you to fucking text my private number that.
Fuck off.
And God, the cock pics that would be getting sent to them, bro.
Dude.
Shit. Put it away, cunt.
The phone would just be going like this.
You'd have to turn your phone off. Your phone would have to be off. Do you know the go? What's been happening here?
No. Or you just go on do not
disturb. There's all this drama about Anna Paul and her brother Addis, and then Michaela the ex. Anyway, they're all popping off on Instagram back and forth, and Addis accidentally leaked Michaela's number, so then Michaela leaked his number, and cunts have just been bombarding him like fucking non-stop. And like, this is huge. So like, everyone's involved. Like, everyone's encapsulated in this drama. Everyone would be spamming their number,
you know what?
bro.
It's not, I don't know, I feel weird calling it drama considering the themes of some of the stuff.
No, it's separate.
It's there's two separate things.
There's two separate things. The drama is like Michaela coming out being like, Anna doesn't love her birds and shit.
Yeah,
That's
there's
drama.
Michaela and Anna's kind of beef about she's into money and all this stuff.
All this shit's drama. The sexual assault stuff is not, that's bigger than drama, obviously.
Yeah. But
that's more than drama, yes, absolutely.
But Anna Paul clapped back with the big TikTok for 26 minutes.
I haven't seen, I haven't watched it. I did see Addis Paul's reply last night, actually. I did read that with Tiana.
God.
But it's just like, again, take away the SA thing. Everything else is just like, oh, fucking hell, bro. Like, just everyone give it a break, eh?
The one thing that surprised me the most was I thought Michaela Testa would be making more money.
Lad, she's made those screenshots show she'd made like 23 million in it up to the thing.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure.
Oh, because
I said the exact same thing, bro. Because I saw like 50,000 a month, 100,000 a month, and I was like, oh, she's made 2.3 mil.
I saw 150 grand a month, and I went,
that's a lot of money, but.
Yeah, but then I think I expected way more than that.
Because then up the top, I was like, oh, she's only made 2.3 mil. And Tiana's like, no, that's 23 mil of like over the whole time.
That's fucking
And I was like, hey, that makes more sense. But I don't know. I still don't think so because 23 mil seems too much. That's that much
seems
money.
Very right. That seems very correct.
That seems right. It's an
100%.
absurd amount of money, bro.
23 mil.
An absurd amount of money. And now apparently Michaela's pregnant or something, bro. I can't. I don't know. I don't like this shit. But it's, you know what? I give up. I have to.
No, you know what?
I've accepted. I've been brought into it.
Stop. Not.
You know what I mean?
You have to admit you're into it because
I've been fighting it. I've been fighting it, and I think I'm slowly coming around to it, which I hate. I hate the idea of it. I hate that it's all online. Don't fucking slander each other online. Just leave it. But I'm enjoying it. I'm not going to lie. I've enjoyed it.
But also, this should be known, obvious. And again, we live in a world where we have to fucking clarify everything because people are dumb. We're enjoying the fun, silly drama, not the serious shit about it.
Not the sexual assault charges.
Not the sex. Obviously, that's a whole nother thing. But
yeah, we got to separate the two here.
Yeah.
Which is why it's actually still so absurd because amidst like some of the most gnarly charges you can throw out against someone, like gnarly accusations you can throw out against someone or someone can do, and also some of just the most petty arguments between, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one end and two ends of the spectrum come together. Anyway, let's please move on.
But I was walking down Melbourne because, I was unaware. I'd finished my show, had a drink with someone who we will be getting on the pod next. We've got 2 upcoming guests. Broden is confirmed for next week. He's very excited. So we're going to organise a studio for that. I will organise a place to record that. And Blake Pavey.
Perfect.
So that's
See
three.
you, Lou. Give it one more slam.
Gosh,
Everyone, silence, please. We'll go one more slam for just as big as you can go. Almost shatter the glass, dare I say. Yeah. See ya. See you, Lou. Oh, yeah. That's fucking... That is actually nearly off the hinges.
So we've got Lou, Blake, and Broden coming up as guests, everyone.
Can I suggest something? And I could be wrong. Why not wait till you're back and then we get them on?
Via Zoom.
Otherwise, yeah. Don't you reckon that makes more sense? Rather than having the guest Will and the guest remote?
Yeah, but they're going to be together.
Yeah, but then you got to be out paying for a studio.
No, but I think it works better if we just all are on separate Riverside. It's almost easier if we get someone set up on Riverside and all of us are over Zoom. That works even better because we're all on the same wavelength, therefore. Because I agree with you. I think it's better to have either everyone separate or one all in the same room.
No, God, no.
Willie's just said that Lou's got her own kit as well. So you could borrow that for the other person.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Anyway, we'll figure that out.
Anyway, we'll figure that out.
But
here's the thing.
They're two great guests. Great guests. I'm excited to meet Broden. Never spoke to him.
Great guy.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Blake's a sick guy.
Blake's so funny. But anyway, I was walking and then that's when Tiana called me and went, Will, check this.
Yeah, because she fucking, that's how she reacts to it to me. I'm like, bro, I'm starting to give a fuck a little bit because of how much she's getting me invested, but I don't give, I'm just brushing it off. And when I was like, bro, speak to Will, he loves it, she was like, fucking oath, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's all fucking.
I'm gonna tell Lani all about it.
Lani's talking so much, eh?
Bro, the attitude. I just want to say this, by the way, everyone. The freaking attitude I got from Lani 2 days ago was off the charts. I FaceTime Pat and everyone.
Crazy, wasn't it?
And she's just chilling on her iPad. She's what, 2.5?
2 and 4 months.
2 and 4 months. So she's, let's just say 2.5, please, for 2 and 4 months. Come on. Sure. Yeah. She's 2.5.
It's actually 4.5 months.
She's actually grown so much since I saw her, 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, oh, hi, Lani, how are you? And she looks up from the iPad as if
with her legs crossed.
Her legs crossed over each other like that. And she looked at me like, what do you want, faggot?
Yeah. She said that. She said it. Yeah. She said, what do you want? The word.
And then,
bro,
I was just
what about
sorry,
this? We went to the house yesterday to just have a run through, get some measurements and shit like that. And she hasn't seen the house yet. We're we're going to our new house. We'll see your new room, your new pool, blah, blah, blah. She gets there, bro. She's marching orders around the house. She opens the pantry, looks in the pantry. She goes, don't like it. Not happy. And just walks off. And we're like, bro, what do you mean don't like it? Not happy. It's a pantry. This full gave attitude, bro. So fucking funny. It was so funny.
Yeah.
She's the GOAT.
Yeah, she's the GOAT.
Anyway, how are you?
Me?
Yeah. Are you good? You enjoying your time in Melbourne?
I am, but you know what I miss? You know what I do miss?
A Chloe swim.
Chloe swim and somewhere nice to walk. And I'm in the Melbourne CBD. So in the suburbs, there's obviously nice places. But in the city here, I like to walk to a park or Oceanside or... Why
didn't you go to St Kilda or something and go for a walk?
Yeah, but I don't have a car.
Just get an Uber one day or the tram.
Yeah, I might. Might go to Marcus or something. Oh, I've got a yarn.
It is a lot. It is important where you're walking and shit, I reckon. I went because I've been
100%.
I went for a run this morning and yesterday, and I found this new track area near Tiana's. It's not like a track, but it's this kind of park within, the army barracks in Randwick?
Yeah.
It's kind of within that, which I didn't think you could ever access, but it's kind of through, I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, it's kind of really cool running through there because I've never seen it and it's so close to home. And I've been loving it. And I was like, fuck, when I move, I wonder where I'm going to run. I feel like it is so important to have a nice area to be doing it.
I have a funny yarn. So, you've heard this, Pat, but this is for the you wouldn't.
All right, I'll switch off.
Yeah, literally, you can switch off and go on your phone or whatever.
Sick.
So I'm chatting to this twink, right? And we've been getting on really well. Nice guy, finishing up uni sort of vibes, studying to be a nurse, going on placement, sick cunt, right?
Yeah.
And he's
twinks, we love twinks.
we do. Why are you laughing,
Why are you
Kyle?
laughing, Kyle? We fucking love twinks here on You Wouldn't, mate.
Yeah. No,
if Will likes twinks, we like twinks. That's how we roll.
I agree.
Fucking
you know what I mean?
Kyle.
We should change the name to Twink.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Bleep it, but keep it in.
Oh!
Put a blur over
Oh
Dude.
shit! Can I just say I didn't say a homophobic slur then, just to
No.
clarify.
Oh my frick! Anyway,
Just cut it.
Nah, bleep. That was funny.
Fuck.
so he's like, "Hey, what are you up to?" And I said, this was after the worst show ever, and then the amazing Auntie Donna show. And I was just sitting around having drinks with everyone, and he was like, "Hey, where are you?" And by the way, this is really for Melbourne people. Melbourne people are going to love this. And he goes, all right, well, if you want to catch up, I'm at this place. I'm at a pub, and it's cheap drinks night. And I go, awesome, sick. Like, that's so cool. He goes, cool. It's called Hawkers, or the Hawthorne Hotel, right?
Okay.
In Hawthorne.
And what are you thinking? What do you think of when you hear of that?
Well, when I hear the Hawthorne Hotel, I just think of like a Chloe Hotel type vibe.
Exactly where my mind went.
Yeah, just somewhere like really cool and chill, and like you can kind of sit down and have a drink. But if you want, maybe there's like a downstairs where it gets a little bit rowdier.
Yeah, there's a bit of ambience, but it's still chattable.
Yeah. So I rock up to this place, and immediately I'm like, okay, it's a bit more of a club vibe right now. And I didn't really, there was no line. I rocked up and they gave me, I had to give my ID. They checked my ID. I signed this thing to go in. And as soon as I walk in, bro, I look around and I go, holy fuck, everyone in here is 15 years old. There are no thumbs up to that fucking You see that little thumbs up? Fuck off.
I think whenever you put your hand, mine doesn't do it, but my screen.
Anyway.
Fuck your bloody screen.
Fuck you bloody, this is awful. So as soon as I've walked in and I've gone to look for a bathroom, I'm now deep in the club and I've realized, oh my God, I am the oldest person here by 10 fucking years. I seriously
they weren't actually 15.
But they fucking looked
They were 18, 19 if it was uni night.
No, okay, well, here's the thing, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? And then I was thinking fucking hell, the guy I'm meeting would be the second oldest person here. Do you know what I mean? It would be me and him as the old. I'm like, why is he here? And I go, I need to piss so bad. And this girl comes up to me and she goes, are you looking for blank? His name. And she looked like
so he sent
so
a messenger.
Little. And I was like, oh yeah, well she must have recognized me and she was friends with him or whatever. And she goes, yeah. I go, yeah, I am. And she goes, come with me. I'll show you where he is. And I went, I actually need to go to the bathroom really bad. And she goes, okay, I'll take you to the bathroom. And she takes my hand. She was such a sweetheart, but she takes my hand and she's leading me into the dance floor. And I was kind of I pulled my hand away because I'm like, I don't want to have my hand held by this young girl as I'm walking through this club. And I almost wanted to burst into tears immediately. I felt like all eyes were on me. I was so scared. I don't even go to the bathroom. I just grabbed this guy walking by. He had drinks and I grabbed him and I was like, get me out of here. Anyway, you want to leave the venue? I went, I want to fucking leave now, please. And he guides me out of this venue and I get out there and I'm like, oh, thank gosh. Like that, I'm pissing on the side of the wall. And I text this dude. I'm like, bruh, I left after 2 minutes. I'm not going back in there. I'm so sorry. We'll get dinner another night. And then he was like, wait, let me see you. So he ran out. We chatted for a bit and I was like, I'm going the fuck home. But Hawthorne Hotel, I had to sign something at the start. I genuinely think it was an admittance to I admit that I should be on a sex offenders list for coming into this fucking bar. It was just insane, bro.
That's crazy. So how old was the guy you were seeing?
21.
Fucking, he would look like a grandpa in there. So it's giving kind of the sheaf vibe.
Yes.
Are you too old for the sheaf yet, or are you? Even you'd be too old for the sheaf.
I'm still fine.
Sheaf was 17,
You know
18,
what, Kyle?
Bro.
Kyle.
Sheaf was year 12.
I'd be last year of it, yeah.
Kyle,
What, Will?
Is it still cranking?
you're too old for the sheaf.
I'm too old for the sheaf on a Wednesday, I reckon.
Yeah, on a Wednesday.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
the sheaf
yeah,
on
yeah.
a Saturday you're too young for.
Yes,
100%. Sheaf on a Saturday is for like 40-year-olds.
Yeah. So is it still cranking on a Wednesday?
I've never been on a Wednesday.
Really?
No.
Dude, I used to get a
Sheaf
50
Wednesdays
from mum.
were fucked.
I used to
'cause
get
then
a
it
50
stopped.
from mum and just fucking go nuts.
Some fuck shit happened on one of the Wednesdays.
Yeah, the
has it
worst
been-
things.
Yeah.
The
then
worst
it
things ever
stopped.
happened at that fucking place.
No, something actually really fucked up.
I know. It was fucking
Yeah.
disgusting.
Well, I'm feeling great. I felt so fucked the last 5 days, bro. I don't know why. I don't know what from, but since Saturday, what's that? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 days. I felt fucking all over the shop. Haven't slept, this, that. Had therapy this morning, talked it all out, feeling hectic now.
What was the root cause?
Don't know. There was like a lot. There wasn't such a root cause. It was more just like a how do we handle this? How do we manage this? You know what I mean? Because I'll go in there, bro, and I blurt so much shit. I'm like, fuck, she's gonna think I'm so fucked. And then she just goes, bop, 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 all these amazing ideas, and I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. You know what I mean?
She just goes, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah,
She
that's
speaks
what she
chicken.
says. No, she speaks bop. Yeah. And then I start quacking around the room a bit and let it all out. But you know when you just like you think there's no answers for this, and then there turns out there are.
Mate, there's answers for everything.
It's fucking mad. Oh fuck! I felt good walking because I felt so fucked going in there, like full meditating in the car on the way. Walked out. Oh my god, such a relief, bro. They just know what to say. And they don't lie, like it's just truth, you know what I mean? But like they just educated on what's going on inside your head. And it was fucking nice. Anyway, so something I had to do Tuesday. I had to go to like a lung specialist because I've never actually been like diagnosed for asthma. And then I was using my Ventolin heaps, the blue one, just out of like it almost like replace my vape because I was vaping so much and I was used to doing this. Sometimes I'll just randomly have puffs of my Ventolin. You know what I mean? Like throughout
That makes
the day.
sense.
Anyway, when I went to my psychiatrist for my ADHD, who I'm going to tomorrow to get my meds, he was like, lad, you should ilche a bit on the Ventolin because like that really like gives you the shakes, heightens your heart rate. That can really increase your anxiety. He goes, are you doing it a lot? I was like, yeah, I do it heaps, bro. Like I don't even really, like a lot of the time I don't need to do it. And he's like, well, just go get checked. You know what I mean? Because you've never actually been checked. So
I swear to God, if you don't have asthma.
I had to go to the hospital. I don't know what it is about hospitals, bro. I fucking love them.
Because you feel safe. If anything goes wrong, you're in the
bro,
right
I think
spot.
that's what it is. I feel but so at peak. Like I like walking through the dull white hallways. I like the shitty blue curtains. And yeah, that's what it is. Like if no matter what issue is in my life, if something goes wrong, I'm in the place I need to be.
100%.
And I was sitting there. The chairs were shitty. I was watching Frasier or some real old show because my internet wasn't working, and I was just sitting there like this, bro. Like, life's good, cunt.
But you know what as well, Pat?
Bro,
You
it's
spent
so
a lot of time in
screwed.
hospital. You spent
Yeah,
a
so
lot of time.
the idea of getting admitted into hospital really shits me because I've spent a lot of time in hospital. Not a lot, but probably more than the average person. But there's other people who spend a lot more time in there than me.
Cancer kids.
Well, when I fucking was in there for my foot, for the infection, I think, they put me in the spinal ward, bruh. And I was in there like fucking Devo. I'm in here for my 18th birthday. Like I can't walk. And then, lad, there's cunts wheeling around, bruh. And I'm like, you know what? It's actually not that bad. You know what I mean? Like your life isn't as bad as you think. You know what I mean? Like you can hop to the toilet. This cunt, they couldn't, bro. I'll just say that. They couldn't do that. So put things into perspective. But, bro, I don't know why. I like hospitals, bro. They get me fucking they get me semi going. Do you get that?
Yeah.
It's so not like I want someone.
If you
to
don't
be
have
there.
asthma, I'll be pissed off.
I want to go visit someone in hospital.
If you don't have asthma,
I got it. I got
thank
asthma.
fucking God, bro.
I got that shit.
Would you get rid of your Ventolin if you found out you didn't have asthma?
I'd still carry it as a safety. But they've given me something else instead of Ventolin.
You know, it's funny because if they said to you don't have asthma and they proved it, you'd go, no, I do. I do.
I would be like, bruh, there's a reason sometimes I'm pretty short. But they gave me this other thing to have morning and night, right, to prevent it. And you don't need your Ventolin. They're like, if you get wheezy again, you can use this at the as you do Ventolin as well. But I can't seem to let go. Like this morning, I woke up heaps dizzy, bro, to go chuck a piss. I was walking to the toilet, like dizzy, and I never get that ever. And I woke up this morning still dizzy, and I had to go puff my Ventolin because I'm having withdrawals. That's what I thought was happening. I thought I was having Ventolin withdrawals, so I puffed it.
Can I tell you? I had a bit of a medical moment. I had my
fucking cock chop, mate.
Yeah, I know that. Which I want to talk about something in the bean spillers about my cock there. But I had my first sleep paralysis the other night.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I feel for you, bro. Talk me through it.
So,
isn't it awful?
I woke up.
Have you had it?
Yeah, it's fucked up. I haven't had that. Mine wasn't that scary, but
what was yours?
Oh, yeah, I've never seen something. You know, people say they see something like.
What was yours, Kyle?
Mine was waking up from surgery and I couldn't move, and like my mum was there and I was trying to like speak to her and I just couldn't do anything.
You actually had a surgery?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like in the
and you were just paralyzed?
It's so fucking weird.
It's fucked up, eh?
Anyway, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I was like freaking out over something. And I was stressing and I was kind of like walking around the apartment just to kind of cool myself down. But then I went back.
Had a bad dream or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like freaking out. So then I went back to bed, but I was still like a little bit buzzed, I guess.
Bit uneasy.
So I go to sleep and I have this weird dream. I am on a date with a girl. So finally you say the face and the thing. I'm on a date with a girl and I'm like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom if that's okay. Like I need to go to the cubicle. So I'm sitting in the cubicle and then she walks in and sits in another cubicle, like not next to me. In this bathroom, it was like the cubicle was like opposite mine, but a bit to the right, let's say. So she's diagonal in another cubicle. And then all of a sudden, she kind of starts like scratching on her cubicle door and I can feel her climbing out and she's banging on on my cubicle door. She's like, let me in. And then I look to the side and now I'm in my room and I can't move and the dream is over. Like I can't move.
So you're awake?
Because I'm looking at the wall of my room and I'm in my room. And instead of it banging on this cubicle door, she's banging and screaming on my bedroom door. Like scratching and screaming on my bedroom door. And I wasn't looking because I couldn't move. I could only look in the corner of my bedroom. And she was trying to get into my room as if like she wanted to like eat me or something. And then I could feel her like almost become a shadow and like crawl under the door and then just kind of like come up towards like my face here. And she's kind of like like that, like right in my face. And I was kind of like, oh, like that. And then I just remember like shutting my eyes and then like I was out of there. But it was fucked.
Were your eyes shut the whole time, you reckon, bud? Do you reckon you were like
they were
dreaming?
Open. Oh, no. I feel like they must have been shut, right? Because when you were screaming for your dad that one time, do you think your eyes were open?
Mine were definitely open then, yeah.
Because I feel like mine were open.
But I was awake. So
you thought you were screaming.
In my one, what happened was, so we were in like a motel kitchen. The single bed in the kitchen was there, like, you know, them little motels. And I'd had a dream I'd taken a hit up in rugby and I'd got kneed in the head and it knocked me out. And then as I got kneed in the head, that's what woke me up.
Yeah.
And then I felt the tingles shut off my whole body.
Yeah, fucking weird.
Yeah, that could be lucid dreaming. But something that happens is, because I get heaps, bro. I get paralyzed heaps. Like whenever I try to nap. So sometimes if you fall into a sleep, there's a cycle of sleep. It's like 4 cycles, right? It's like closing your eyes, like, I don't know, small sleep, REM sleep. Then you're meant to go into another sleep before you wake up. But if you wake up too fast for your brain to process that cycle and your brain still thinks you're in REM sleep, and in REM sleep you don't move. So you're physically frozen because your brain thinks you're still in REM sleep, but you're awake.
So etched.
So when you wake up too quickly from something, so it could be from like a panic, because you're panic, your body wakes up, but your brain still thinks you're in REM sleep, and then you're frozen and can't move, or you could still be half asleep, lucid dreaming, and that's when that fucking. Bro, I get it. Whenever I try to nap, bro, it's fucked, and I gasp for air.
That's probably the sleep apnea, brother.
Yeah, but I can't move as well. That's what confuses me.
Do you not use your sleep apnea machine anymore?
No, I rented it.
And you're never going to get one?
No, don't think so.
Why?
It's happening way less since I've lost more weight too.
All right.
But the frozen thing, like the other day, me and Tiana napped on the couch, and then we woke up like an hour later. She's like, I can't fucking sleep next to you, like, are you serious? She's like, you just kept going like this. Ah! Every like 5 minutes, because I'd be like frozen. And I was like so stressed, and then I could finally move, like, and I'd like get it all out, and she'd be like, cunt. Every time I'd go to, but then I'd just shut my eyes and go back to sleep, and then it'd keep happening. She goes, every time I was nearly dozed off, you'd fucking in my ear and like sit up. Just you're a fucking freak. Fucked. She said you're a freak show, and then she sat me in the corner and pegged peanuts at me like I was in his circus. That's what happened. Anyway, I want to do a segment. So last podcast, we spoke about the political state of this country and how voting's coming up. And I said, fuck your votes, mate. You can shove them up your political ass. You know what I mean? Like, come get a free sausage sizzle and vote. I buy my own sausages, cunt, and cook my own sausage sizzle and not vote. How's that? But a lot of people have been sending me things, being like, hey, Pat, this is really simplified for you. Why don't you just have a browse of it? And I was like, you know what?
Which takes 1 minute to Google and find, by the way.
I was like, you know what? Maybe I do. Maybe just out of curiosity, like I wonder. So I've done a little bit of reading. It's kind of gone over my head, but I did do a quiz. Where it like asked you heaps of questions. Now, most of the questions I answered, I don't know. Like... Because it was like, no. This is why it's hard. Because it's meant to be a thing of who you should vote for, and it'll be like, do you think Australians should let more immigrants in the country? And it's like, well, yes or no. And it's like, well, I don't know how many they let in now, cunt. So how am I meant to fucking vote on that? You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I would just answer, I don't know. And it's like, do you think big companies should get taxed the same as they do now? And it's like, well, what the fuck what do they get taxed now, bro? How am I meant to answer that?
Yeah, that's fair.
Tell me what they get taxed. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I did it, and I got my results, and it said I 70% agree with Labor, 75% agree with Labor, but they've given me this weird like chart. So it's like this chart shows how you compare with the parties in terms of ideology. And it says like progressive and Greens is really high up. And then it says like social and economic crossover, and me and Labor are like really close there. I don't know. It's weird.
Where are you for progressive?
Oh no, this is where they are.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. That kind of makes sense. And I'm really close to Labor. But I will say this, that there's two things that I do. There's two things that like those things that they were like things I agreed with them, but they weren't things that necessarily affected me directly, right? But they were my standpoints. Like one of them was like on the Indigenous community and other things, and there were things that I put in that I was like, yep, they agree, but they don't directly affect me. But sure. I do agree with those legislations. But then there was one that there was two things that I saw that I was kind of like, one was reducing petrol by 25 cents per litre. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be doing a bit of driving the next year, so that would be quite helpful to Pat. That was Liberal. And then Liberal also wanted to pump in $400 million into youth mental health and change the GP mental health plan from 10 to 20. So you can go 20 discounted or free sessions a year instead of 10, which I also agree with. So there's 2 points that are kind of most aligned. Not the petrol's not most aligned to me, but like it is pretty handy considering I'm going to be doing a bit more driving, and the mental health thing. But then everything else is not everything else. I don't really know the points, but everything else that I agreed with was Labor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's tough because...
it was interesting, but it was...
Yeah, it's tough as well because, like, obviously, you know, some people are very narrow-minded. Like, they're not even willing to see, you know, even though Liberal, in my mind, is the opposition, like, not literally because they are literally the opposition, but, like, they're who I don't want to be in power. I don't want the Liberal government in power. But there are still things that they want to try and do that I'd be like, oh, that would be a great thing.
You agree with.
But the tough thing is, it's like, A, would they do it? How would they do it? B, what is that at the cost of? Is the cost of youth mental health, is that at the cost of Indigenous people, like all those sorts of things that kind of weigh up. Okay. And it's so hard. It's so
but
tough.
You don't know that. You don't, like,
exactly.
That's what you don't know hard. Like, that's why I fucking don't even bother diving into it. Because it's just one thing leads to a fucking another. And it's then how do you know Labor are going to do those things either? You know what I mean?
Well, exactly. But
that's what I was saying. Remember I said remember last year, whenever the fuck the last election was, I said they should put out 5 things, like their key points, and if those things aren't done in a certain amount of time, they get kicked out. Wouldn't that'd be hectic?
Yeah.
You put forward 5 points that you promise will be done in the first year. And if all 5 aren't done in the first year, later, cunt. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, because I could just promise all that shit and then just do nothing.
Bro, I'll fucking run for Prime Minister, so I'll give every cunt $1 million.
Do it.
And I get voted in, I go, fucking suck eggs, cunt. NRL's on every night, and you're not allowed to wear singlets to AFL games. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just a bit like, yeah, it's tough. You got to really deep dive to get and then one person sent me one thing, and it was meant to be a neutral thing, but it was very, very biased towards a party. But it was cloned to be this mutual thing, you know what I mean? It was literally just all the things, I can't remember if it was Labor or which way it went, but it was in favour of Labor. It was like all the things Labor wanted to do that were good, and then all it said was next was Liberal doesn't, you know what I mean? It's like, but then I'm sure this thing's Liberal
but
want
then
to
there's
do
a whole
that
nother
Labor
list
don't.
that could be the other side, yeah.
Exactly, so it is quite confusing, but from that test I took, it said I was 75% Labor, but then the 2 major things that probably affect me the most, the petrol's not crazy, but like the mental health thing is like, well, Liberal are really pushing that and the thing. So I actually don't even fucking know. But I think I'll vote. I think I will.
You should 1,000,000% vote. You have to vote.
Yeah, I'm kind of coming around to it.
Well,
watch me talk it up and it gets to the day and I'm just like, I can't be fucked.
That's what I was going to say. Watch Pat go for a run and he's like, fuck this, bro. But no, you have to vote.
Not get a park or something. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, I think it just, at the end of the day, you vote on behalf of people that normally haven't had a voice, and that's
a good point. When you said that to me, that did kind of strike something in me. I'll agree with you there.
I think
so. When you said that, I was kind of like, yeah, that's like, as much as it doesn't affect me directly, there is a chance for a voice for other people. And you're right, that got through to me. Not much do you say gets through to me, Will.
Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, like, as someone like myself and yourself who are in very privileged positions, like, rather than, for me personally, voting for the party that might best align with my personal interests and agendas, what is the best thing to vote for is for the party that will give the help to the more disadvantaged and give them more opportunities. Because, if my petrol is 25 cents cheaper, it doesn't fucking matter for me. Yeah, but for these people, if it means that these people get a certain plan or a certain this or a certain that, I think that's the most.
Well, that's where I was more leaning towards that whole mental health thing. Where it's like, and again, that comes down to both parties. I'm sure have policies that will help certain groups that have been disadvantaged, and I guess it's like what you think's more aligned to your values or more important or.
I also think climate's a big one as well, that if you care about the climate, which again, you know what? I feel really bad saying this. Climate is not one of my big.
That's what I mean. It's not for me.
It's not one of those big
selfishly,
things.
And I'll admit it's selfish. The climate doesn't really bother me, you know what I mean?
And I feel terrible, but the tough thing is when people say to me, oh, look, this is me being a fully open and flawed person, because I know that what I say is such a wrong thing. But it's like,
of course. So
the way my brain literally does work is I can't quite process when people are like, what about your children's children? And I'm like, they don't fucking exist yet. I'll never meet them. I don't give a shit about them.
But I don't think it should go backwards. Like, I agree that we've got to move forward with it, but it's like there was a question in the thing being like, what do you think of like no net emissions or something? It's like, well, I don't know. But then there was a question of like, what do you think about building more power plants? I'm like, well, that doesn't sound very great, does it?
No, it's more so
power
just
plants aren't good
to
for
be
the
better.
environment, are they? Nuclear plants.
No, they're terrible.
Nah. So when I saw that, I was like, fuck. I don't think we should be doing. I don't think it should be going progressively the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I'm also not like, let's just fucking pump electric cars into Australia. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, let's try do what we can. Let's definitely not go backwards and get nuclear plants.
But however, even though I did say climate's not a big one for me, I will say, to defend myself, I always recycle. I am very conscious of how I'm recycling. I'm also very energy conscious. I'll never leave a light on when I leave my house. You know what I mean? So like I am thinking in that sense.
I think the average person, I think you're like the average person. Like obviously you do care about the environment, but you were not fucking Greta Thunberg, whatever her name is. You know what I mean? I'm not tying myself to no tree, cunt, that's for sure.
I'm not tying myself to a tree.
Of course I care, but it's not my top priority.
And if you told me, hey, do you want to deforest this massive portion of national park for a water park, I'd probably say no.
And then what part? There were a lot of questions in regards to like, should trans women play sport in women's competitions and stuff like that? Like, is there a big push from either party there or something? Must be.
I've not really heard anything about that, but I do know, for example, the Liberal Party would definitely not be in favour for that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think that should be happening, personally.
Look, I would disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah. I think so. I think if a trans woman wants to compete in the ideal world.
No, but it's not to shut them out, but I don't think it's a fair competition.
Yeah, but in an ideal world, there is this is the idea. The ideal world is that we foster and create a community where more trans people can come out and live their life. So therefore, we can have sports dedicated
for them,
for trans people.
I think that'd be great. Absolutely,
that would be awesome. That's the ideal world. But unfortunately, there is no, there really is no world in which that's happening.
Yes, so that is unfortunate.
If a trans woman comes forward and says, you know, I identify as a woman and I'm a swimmer, for example, then if she wins, then she's the best woman in that sport. And the thing that annoys me a lot is like, I understand there are biological female athletes that dedicate a lot of their life and time, you know, and it can seem unfair, but I don't think that trans people should be, you know, punished for being who they are. And I also
they shouldn't, but then the argument to that is, why should the genetic female also be punished?
Well, she's not being punished. She just didn't win the race.
Yeah, but because genetically the other person has, the trans person, like coming from a male's body has like, I don't know the terminology, but you know what I mean? Like if you...
of course. If you put testosterone or whatever it is.
Things like this, right? Where they're naturally got a bit of an advantage. You know? So it is a disadvantage to the. It's an unfortunate reality, 100%. I'm not taking away from that, but I don't think they. And so I also think it's a safety thing, to be honest. Like, bro, sorry, I've seen some people. There was that lady in the AFL who was fucking massive. You look up the transgender women's AFL player, like, bro, she was like, she could fucking kill somebody.
But I think...
And it's unfair to her and it's sad. Absolutely. It's not like a go at her like, yo, you want to be transgender, you can't play sport. No. Like, I'm all for that. But, yeah, I don't know.
The only thing that bothers me about it is the people that would genuinely not even bat an eyelid at women's AFL, right? Let's say there are blokes that would only watch men's sport and the only time they decide to pipe up and defend women's sport is to slander a trans woman competing in that event, where it's like, mate, if you want to defend women's sport, why don't you actually buy a ticket and go fucking watch the game and support these women? But you're not going to do that because you want to fucking suck off the fucking men's games, and the only time you want to talk about women's sport is so that you can be derogatory to people. So that is where I have some reservations. And I don't know. I just think it's a very murky thing, but I don't think 100%. Anyone should get excluded for competing because of who they are.
No, I agree, but I also don't think people should be disadvantaged because of that as well.
But there's ways we could do it, honestly. Why don't we just go, all right, let's say there's a trans woman competing in a swimming race. Hey, you're gonna have to swim a little bit further. You know, we even it out. It's the same way that you do it.
How
with
do
like
you do
certain,
that, bro?
But they do it with some sports, like for example, horse racing. If a jockey weighs a certain amount, you have to put on a weight so that all the jockeys weigh the same. So there's other ways you can do it. Whether or not you whether there's like a weight added to them or something like that, where it's like, okay, we balance out where is the line. There are ways to do it rather than just completely banned, but I don't know. That's just me speaking rubbish.
In an ideal world, it'd be a competition for it if there were, but there's not. But I don't know.
Yeah, of course, which we all agree on. But it's just one of those tough things.
But yeah, and then there were more questions in regards to that of like, should I think one of them was, should celebrants have to accept a same marriage like offer, or you know what I mean? Like, do all celebrants? I can't remember how they worded it, but pretty much.
Here's my thing: as a gay person,
should a celebrant have the choice to decline an all?
Of course, they should have the choice.
Same-sex marriage.
Of course, they should have the choice, because that's like, as a gay person, why would I want to force someone who doesn't want to marry me? I'll just go to a celebrant that actually is happy to do so and believes in my marriage.
100.
So why bully someone into doing something they don't want to do?
Maybe.
And secondly, we live in a democracy where people are allowed to choose and have free will. So to bully someone like that is not fair, I think, personally. And that's coming from a gay.
From a gay.
It's coming from one of the gays.
There were a few like that where I was kind of like, okay, I feel like one party's pushing an agenda and the other's really against the agenda. That's where I was getting at.
Yeah, it's just strange, isn't it? It's a very...
It is a lot, bro. It's a lot. But I've looked into it and I'm still going to look into it a bit more. Like, I will. And thank you to... If there's more quizzes, I like that. Like, someone sent me like, 20 pages, like, illies in that, but I'm not reading that cunt. Like...
Yeah, that's the exact thing that is stopping you. Anyway, let's do hotlines here.
Hey guys, I love the pod so much. I'm an OG listener.
Let's go.
Anyways, please look up on TikTok Olivia Rodrigo Lollapalooza. She's fucking like licking and humping the floor with lipstick all over.
No.
And it just reminded me of how much you guys used to cringe over her.
No.
Yeah, I want to see you guys react, but love you. Bye.
Oh,
what is it?
Fuck.
Oh, no. No.
Wait,
Olivia,
can we watch the same video?
Lollapalooza. Okay, I've paused mine.
Is it from Notion?
It's the first one that comes up by Notion. She's in red. Like,
yeah. All right, ready?
Put mine in the beginning. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Oh.
It just... I don't know what it is. She just doesn't give me that vibe.
Oh. It's so fake.
Okay, this isn't actually as bad as I thought.
Oh, Pat, look at this one.
The kick is just like...
The kick is so bad.
Yeah.
Pat, there's this one as well. Have you seen her performing Bad Idea Right?
No. Oh, there it is. Oh, she's crawling. Oh, no.
Wait, send it.
No, okay, go to the one after the one we just watched. And it's like, take 3 minutes and 16 seconds out of your day to watch Olivia Rodrigo absolutely kill her first time headlining a festival.
No, I can't see that. Can you send it to me?
I just sent it to you. Then I need you to skip to 1 minute. Guys, you can play along at home and see this. Skip to 2 minutes and 10 seconds. No, that's just not you, Olivia. Like, she's crawling on the floor.
Oh, dude, that's so
not Olivia,
fucked.
bro. That's just what it. That's
It's
Dua
so
Lipa
fake.
kind of vibes. That's the shit Dua Lipa pull. Are you watching it?
Oh, look at her like bending her back down like that.
Yeah,
you know what it's giving?
It's just
You know what
not-
it's giving?
It's just.
It's giving girl that takes one sip of alcohol and says she's drunk and goes nuts, or guy that
Does a
takes one
little
sip
bit.
of alcohol and says and says they're nuts.
Yes.
Oh,
it's just
no,
like...
sorry,
I just feel like that's not her persona. That's a Dua Lipa kind of persona, maybe a Sabrina Carpenter kind of persona. Hers is... I don't know. And again, I don't... Just based on her music and just her... She seems more of like the nice kind of sweet... And I'm not saying the other two aren't, but like when they perform, it's kind of like... They go for that sexy kind of route. Whereas Olivia's, I feel like a bit more just like... I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I'm just protective over my Livy.
Yeah, it's not a dig at her. We're fucking team Liv all the way.
But we didn't go to a show.
We didn't go to a concert. No, we didn't go to a show because of things like that.
Why the fuck didn't we go to the concert?
Because of things like that, bro. That's why.
But that wasn't what was going on at the concert.
She was grabbing her boobs and poking her tongue out and shit.
That was bad from us. We should have gone. We should have supported her.
I fucking love her. It's just not... I don't know why. It just doesn't seem like her. And I'm wrong, obviously, because everyone loves it. So I'm wrong. I'm not trying to say I'm right.
Hell yeah.
Hi, guys. I just wanted to give you a call and let you know that my boyfriend and I of almost 3 years just broke up last week. So I've been listening to you guys literally non-stop, like fall asleep to you guys, always watching, always listening, and you guys are just so fucking hilarious. I love you guys so much. So thank you for comforting me through this shitty time. If you do have any advice on just how to get through that, I'd love it. Another thing as well is my mum's name is Mimi. So every time you guys go, hello, Mimi, all I fucking think of is my mum. So thanks.
Hello, Mimi.
I'm sorry you went through a breakup. I hope you're doing it.
Hello, Mimi.
Sending you so much love.
She asked for advice, and all I'll say is...
Sorry, did she ask for advice?
Yeah, all I'll say is I've never been through it, so I'll leave it to Pat, but I think there's no one way of going through things for anything, so just...
Agreed.
It's going to be tough, and just trust yourself. Oh, can I actually give one piece of advice? That I heard... I heard that somebody once they would write down all the things that they didn't like about that relationship. I'm not sure if you were the one that was broken up with or not, but you write through all the things that didn't work, because when you kind of go through the real missing period of like missing this person, you're going to feel like, fuck, it was so amazing this or so amazing that. So write down right now, objective reality of things. And when you feel like you're missing him, go back and go, okay, that was annoying. I wasn't able to do that. And think of all the things you can do now. You know, you're not as restricted.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Write down, that's a pros and cons list kind of vibe.
Yes.
Maybe don't write the pros because you're broken up. I think, it's hard because you don't know the circumstances. But you've just got to, look, it's going to fucking hurt. There's no two ways about it. And you've got to... cop it, I guess, and surround yourself with people. Like, don't isolate yourself. Surround yourself with friends. It's up to you. Like, you don't need to go out fucking partying and shit unless that's what you want to do. Like, everyone deals with it differently. But, like, just surround yourself.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that, cunt?
What is that?
What was that, bro? It was the biggest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, surround yourself with people. Just be kind to yourself. Ride the wave. You know what I mean? Like, there might be a week where you think, oh fuck, I actually don't feel too bad, like maybe I'm over them, and then a week later you're like, oh my god, like I'm in the trenches here. There's no right or wrong way about it, and if it gets too intense, then I would go see a professional.
Hey lads, it's off the back of the AFL jersey chat. Pat, you are actually dead spot on, cunt. Because
thank you.
This guy sounds like an AFL fan.
Someone with just the jersey on, they're sweaty. Kyle, yeah, they're right. They're stinky. Like, it's fucked. It's completely fucked and looks fucked.
Yes.
The amount of people I see who wear jerseys with the jeans and the thongs, cunt.
Yes,
I'm like,
bro.
Go home, cunt.
It's the whole outfit.
Like came straight out of Centrelink. Fuck off. Like, it pisses me off. Just wear a hoodie over the top or something.
Thank
cunt.
you.
It's fucking disgusting. Yeah.
It's the whole fit, bro. It's the jeans. It's the that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to the gym or whatever, you throw your singlet on, bro. Like, good on
100.
You know what I mean? But it's just and it's not about singlets. Singlets are great. It's just there's something about the AFL singlets because they're fitted so well. I don't know.
Let's move to the bean spillers. I've got 2 things to say to finish off the episode.
Say 'em.
2 things to support. Now, on the Friday, the 8th of April... sorry, it's not Friday, the 8th of April. On Tuesday, the 8th of April... Does this come out on Monday?
Yeah, buddy.
Everyone, tomorrow morning is the release of Mutual Friends, Charlotte's podcast with Tilly.
Is it?
Yep.
Why haven't they been hyping that?
So, because they're about to like reveal it.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
They will have revealed it by now. You might have seen. It might have been in the Facebook group. But I would love if just the You Wouldn'ters go listen to it and support it and give it a go.
It'll be great.
Because I think it's going to be really funny. And obviously you all love Charlotte. So you'll have You Wouldn't on a Monday. Then you've got Mutual Friends on a Tuesday. You've got We Mean Well on the Wednesday. And then you've got You Wouldn't again on the Thursday.
Fuck, it's not a bad
run.
So
what a bad run. Oh, not a bad run at all.
Friday, just fucking sleep all day because you got nothing for you.
100%.
Nah, there's something else Fridays. There's a good potty Friday, I think.
And then check out the trailer if you haven't for Bring Her Back. Support Danny and Michael because the trailer came out yesterday and it looks fucked.
Does it?
I mean, yesterday as in at the time of recording this. It looks absolutely grim in the best possible way.
Fuck, I don't know. Will I be able to do it?
Yeah, you will. We're going to do it.
It's not going to wig me out?
We're going to watch it with them. And you're going to sit next to them.
I don't want to watch it next to them, bro, because Danny will... Danny's going to go fucked, bro.
No, he's not. He's going to...
He will, bro. He'll make it 10 times worse.
No, he's not. He's going to want you to enjoy the movie.
The cunt wants to scare people as a living, bro. He's going to try and make... He's going to be in my ear making little comments and shit, bro.
No, he's not.
I know this cunt, bro. He's going to be in my ear making little fucking comments.
He's going to be there going, I hope this is the best viewing experience for Pat. And if they come to the Ritz and do a Q&A, we're going. And you're going to sit in between them.
I want to do a private one in his cinema room, and I want to do a prank where I act like it's like I'm full slandering it throughout the movie and see how they react. That would be hilarious. Okay, imagine, like, once I'm like, fuck, I wouldn't have done that, guy. And just see when they get to the point of like, who are you, cunt? Like, why the fuck are you giving us feedback? I give them feedback on it until they crack it and be like,
let's shut up,
it
when we're next in Adelaide.
That would be
for
great.
For next show. That's fucking hilarious.
That would be really funny.
That'd be funny.
Righto, bean spillers. We're going to go spill the cunts.
Much love.
Will's cocking that.